Hi guys, Darth Deuces here, back on our Star Wars The Black Series action figure review. Today taking a look at the Death Watch Mandalorian from The Mandalorian. And this figure's been out for a little while now this year. I got it, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago, a little later to the party, and for whatever reason I just kind of put off reviewing it until now. But I did want to do a review of it, get my thoughts on it. And yeah, here it is. I don't have any of his accessories on. I'm going to talk about the figure itself first. But very, very good figure. Easily, I think one of the best Black Series releases of the year. I don't think it's much of a contest there. It does a lot of things right. I feel like this figure is about as close to perfect as Black Series can be. But anyways, taking a closer look, I don't know what it is about this character. It's a fairly, really in actuality, a pretty basic design. Almost the entire character design is just reused pieces of Mando's and Boba Fett's armor pieces to make the costume. Like the chest piece is pretty much the same as pre-Beskar Mando's chest piece. I think the shoulder pads are the same. The wrist guards are pretty similar. The leg armor is the same. Then like the knee pads and then the helmet are like Boba Fett's. So not a whole lot of original piecing here, but cool enough that Black Series or the Black Series team, Hasbro, pretty much sculpted this figure brand new from head to toe, even though they probably could have gotten away with some retooling. They didn't go that route. They did new sculpting, which is awesome. And I just really like this Mando armor in the blue color. And I've got it in 3 different scales now. I have the Vintage Collection release, I have this release, and I have the Hot Toys figure. So yeah, I like the Death Watch Mando. Yeah, I don't know what about it. It just is super clean looking. Just looks super awesome. I don't know what it is. Simple, but impressive. Helmet sculpt looks very, very good. Hasbro has definitely nailed the Mando helmet now. And I think, honestly, when it comes to like the standard Mando helmet, the Death Watch Mando does this the best. It doesn't have, even though they did sculpt the details of a head being underneath that, it is actually just all one sculpt. So you don't have the issue of it being softer plastic and maybe getting warped in the package or whatever. It looks how it should, and it looks really good. It's not a reuse of the Boba Fett helmet because, one, like I said, it isn't a removable helmet and also doesn't have the dent there. You can move the rangefinder though, which is always a appreciated feature on Mando figures, so that's very cool. And I just like all the colors that are going on here. You've got multiple different colors of blue, got different color blue around the visor, you got the main blue color, and then you got this lighter blue color on the cheeks, which is very cool. And you got the black highlights, or the gray, I guess, highlights, and the black for the visor looks great. Yeah, this looks really, really nice. You got these markings here. I'm not sure what those are supposed to signify, but they are there. You get little dings of silver paint for weathering here and there, but they're pretty scarce. Like, honestly, I'm looking right now, and the only spots I can see these dings are actually on the shoulder or on the chest piece. So I don't really know why they even bothered with those, but it is what it is. The silver detail there in the chest, center of the chest is good. It's got a really cleanly applied Death Watch logo there on the shoulder pad, which is nice. The sculpt of his like jumpsuit and clothing is also really nicely done with some nice textured sculpting details. Gauntlets look good with some nice painted details to accentuate kind of the gadgets and whatnot on the gauntlets, which look nice. Belt here, new piece as far as I know. Got this bronze paint for the buckle. Holster on the side for storing his pistol, which we'll get into in a little bit. And then you got the leg armor here. Again, you got some of that white striping going on, like so. Some white details on the knee pads. I do kind of wish they would have painted the dart launcher on the knee guard there, but not a big deal, I guess. And the boots look pretty good as well. Pretty simple looking boots, but yeah, just a really nice looking figure. If you're a fan of Mandos, you're definitely gonna like the look of this one. Not hard to make a Mando look cool, to be fair. In terms of articulation, it's really good. You do got the joint at the base of the head as well as base of the neck, so it looks up quite a bit. Looks down a good amount. Pivot's decent. Rotation. Hinges at the shoulders move quite well. The shoulder pads are on that sandwich kind of O-ring piece so that they'll move with the shoulder, which is nice. Single hinge at the elbow, moves just past 90 and also get rotation there. Also rotation at the gauntlet, and then rotation at the wrist with hinges. You get up in and out at the left and up and down at the right, which is good for blaster poses, of course. Good ball joint at the torso, which moves all around, crunches an okay amount, goes back a decent amount, pivots decently, and rotates. Ball joints at the hips, which move out a decent amount. They kick forward pretty much all the way. Don't really go back. Swivel cut at the thigh, which is hidden a bit by the knee armor, or thigh armor rather, which is good. Single hinges at the knees, which go about 90. And then you have hinges at the ankles. They don't actually move up that much actually, but they do go down quite a bit. And then they do pivot. So really good articulation. You can get a lot of really great posing. Probably most of all the posing you'd want to get out of this figure you'll be able to get. So that's really good. In terms of accessories, he comes with the loadout that you would expect, but it's good. Of course, you get the jetpack. It is painted nicely. I do believe it's a new sculpt. I think it's a new sculpt. It looks nice. Very similar to like Jango Fett's jetpack from Geonosis. The thrusters do move, which is cool. They also do have holes there, so if you have the thruster effects that come with like the deluxe Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, you can put those in there if you want. That just plugs onto his back relatively securely. I do find that when you're messing with them, the jetpack can pop off, but once it's on him and you have him on the shelf, it shouldn't just fall off. So that's good. You do get your expected Mando pistol. This is, I believe, reuse from the pistols that came with Bo-Katan and Koska Reeves. It is cast in like this black or really dark gunmetal color with a bit of brown for the grip. Does hold it pretty good in the, well, actually, he doesn't hold it that good in the right hand right now because it's stretched out because I had him holding the rifle. But if you use heat, you can close that back up to hold it. You could put it in his left hand as well. He holds it in the left hand pretty decently because there's no trigger guard, so that works pretty well. Take that out of the hand. He does, like I said, have the holster. You can untab this little strap. Just slot it in there. Goes in real nice and securely, and you can close the little strap there. That looks really good. And then lastly, like I just mentioned, he does come with his rifle. Pretty cool rifle. Definitely kind of reminiscent of Boba Fett's rifle, but definitely a bit different. Got a different scope, different stock, kind of stock. Got a foregrip. You don't see foregrips too often on rifles in Star Wars. It's somewhat flexible plastic. You don't want to flex it too much, but it won't just snap on you, which is good. Can be a little awkward getting in his hand and then getting him actually gripping it right because of the way the stock and the handle are kind of made. He kind of holds it at an angle a bit, and it looks like it stretches the hand a bit because of the way it's made. But you can get it in his hand, and you can get his other hand. Well, you can do whatever you want. You can get his other hand holding the foregrip, and then you can get pretty good rifle aiming poses, which is always what I like to see with Black Series or figures that come with rifles. So that's really awesome. Put the rifle down for now. So yeah, really, really good. I think on pretty much all fronts, this figure is a home run. Really quickly, a couple of quick comparisons. Here he is with the first Beskar Mando they did. I don't have any sort of Season 2 version, but there they look. They really need to do a new Mando with a better helmet sculpt. Unfortunately, the helmet sculpt on Mando is not great. I do not like the shape of that, but yeah, those look pretty good together. And then here he is with the Vintage Collection release. I thought about getting the Hot Toys one down to do that comparison, but I was too lazy. I don't want to get that off the shelf. Just know that the Hot Toys one is obviously going to be the best version. But yeah, these guys are really good. They're both pretty much the same figure. This one's just scaled down a bit. They're both pretty much made the same, articulate the same. I think this one does hold the rifle a bit better though, but yeah, both really, really excellent figures. You can't go wrong with either of them. For what this just designed, just lends itself to a really cool action figure. But yeah, really love this figure. It is definitely, I think, one of the best Black Series of this year, and just a really standout figure from the line in general. If you're collecting the Mando stuff, or if you just like Mandalorian warriors in general, or just want a cool Star Wars action figure, this is one for you. Definitely pick it up if you can find it. I don't think it's too hard to find right now, so yeah, I would highly recommend grabbing it. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one. May the Force be with you.